Pollard in motion. Handoff, James. Third time's the charm. Touchdown, Indianapolis. First NFL touchdown for Edgerrin James. A dividend so far today. On a pitch for James. We're ready for the first big run. There it is. James hurdling his way for a first down. 12-yard gain for Edgerrin James. And cost the Bills 55 yards. Here's James. Edgerrin James bouncing off a tackler. Here's James down the sideline, cutting it back. Edgerrin James into Buffalo territory.
That's the run that the crowd's been looking for. Let him power and bull his way through a hole, pick his spots. Right here, Edgerrin James makes the move to the left, goes through the hole with power, running over defenders, through and around defenders, and then the speed to take the ball down the sidelines, make something happen, cut back, and get more positive yardage and tack on some more yardage with a penalty on it. That's what we've been waiting for to see out of the first pick, Edgerrin James.
And that's what one run can do for you, because now the numbers look very respectable. 19 carries, 81 yards. James wants more. Edgerrin James takes the hit on the sideline. 16-yard pickup. Another first down for Indy.
Wow.
That has not hurt the Colts. On the dump off for James, he has some room to work with. Edgerrin James crossing the 20-yard line.
Here comes a blitz. Dumped off in the flats. Edgerrin James gets the first down and more. Line of the Patriots. Edgerrin James pops it outside. Now back in from the one. The edge again, jumping over the pile. Touchdown. Edgerrin James got in there. And the Colts take a 20-0 lead. And all he needs to do is break the plane of the goal, and he does that. Changing the play. Edgerrin James breaks it back. How about that? Edgerrin James, that's the closest I've seen to Barry Sanders this year. Second down and 4. James again. Edgerrin James breaking tackles, picks up the first down, and he is shredding right through that Patriots defense. 11-yard gain.
On this drive, they want to stay in the game.
James once again. James again breaking it over the 45, down to the 43, a gain of 13.
Hilger in motion. Manning passing from shortstop. Finds Edgerrin James, and James leans forward and gets the first down. On the draw play, James with running roll. Edgerrin James all the way up. Here comes Junior. Picked up. Manning rolls. Down the sideline. Edgerrin James with the catch in traffic. James still on his feet and taken down at the 27 by Rodney Harrison. A gain of 13. First down, Indianapolis.
Real nice route by the rookie. Runs a little flat and up. And you got Al Fontenot, the defensive end, running down the field, trying to cover Edgerrin James. You think that's a mismatch? You got your defensive end covering Edgerrin James down the field?
Second and 10. Edgerrin James trying to get outside. Shakes a tackle across the 20 to about the 18-yard line where there's a mass meeting of the Dolphins. Manning and the Colts with the ball. Edgerrin James with running room. 50 and out of bounds at the 47-yard line.
I tell you, this game is all about when you call a play, do you time it right? This time Miami goes, well, you know they're going to throw a play-action pass. They send the blitz to take advantage of it. And look, nobody's there to stop the run. Here he comes. I don't know. How would you like to be the guy that's got to bring that big man running the football down the sidelines?
On the draw, James, 40, 35 to the 32-yard line of the first down.
I heard somebody on the field watch the draw. And I'll tell you why I thought it was going to be a draw. Peyton Manning was up there making all those signals to the wide receivers, the one to the right, one to the left. As Jimmy Johnson says, he's just giving you the moves right there, trying to fool the defense just for a second.
In motion, and now in the backfield to block. James, 25, across the 30, but there's a penalty marker down.
This is the 10th play from scrimmage for the Indianapolis Colts, and it was almost a big one. Edgerrin James out across the 35. 2:34 to go before the break. James coming right. James in the secondary trying to break a tackle. Caught and dropped finally at the 39-yard line. That's a gain of 18. Manning with a handoff to Edgerrin James going left and breaking into the secondary. First down, Indianapolis, all the way up to the 37.
Well, a lot of people were surprised when Edgerrin James was chosen ahead of Ricky Williams in the draft by the Indianapolis Colts. We touched on it a little earlier, some of the thinking that went behind Bill Polian and Jim Mora's decision, but they liked his versatility. They liked the fact they see him developing into a guy somewhat like Marshall Faulk, a real aid to the quarterback out of the backfield.
Here's Manning into the flat for Edgerrin James, makes the catch. That was on. Yes, it was. He's not listening to Tom Moore, he's listening to you. Handoff, Edgerrin James. That's a cutback play, and he's just about into the secondary. James comes left. Nice stiff arm by Edgerrin James. Boy, he popped Marcus Coleman.
Yes, he did. The only player on the field is a running back who's allowed to strike someone else in the helmet intentionally. And that's exactly what he does right there to Marcus Coleman.
Edgerrin James got his 24th handoff, and he's down to the 10-yard line, over 100 yards on the afternoon.
James and Shields in there now. Handoff, Edgerrin James. On the field for the Colts on second and goal and untouched. Edgerrin James up the middle for the touchdown. Here on a second and goal. Handoff. Straight up the middle, and Edgerrin James has enough power to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Colts. Wilkins. Here's Manning. Throwing to James out of the backfield, and here's a huge gainer. Edgerrin James crossing the 25-yard line on a pass and catch. 33 yards. Manning to James.
Nothing fancy on this play. Drop back and just dump it out to your back to the outside in the flat. Make a big play. Short pass, long run. To cover Edgerrin James, you've got to have some quicks. You can't put a linebacker on him. Adrian Ross tries to cover him, but he just runs completely away from him. Catches the ball over his shoulder. Boom, he's gone off to the races.
Here comes the blitz. Manning gives it to James. And James stays on his feet. And James is finally caught from behind by Sanders. Edgerrin James broke a couple.
Yeah, they had control of it, and then they got a little greedy. You were just talking about greed on something. The Cowboys had this thing under control. They get up there and they blitz. Now, once you break a blitz, and Edgerrin James gets right here, breaks a couple tackles, now he's free to the goal line. And if it's not for Deion Sanders in a foot race, he's going to score a touchdown.
He just flat ran over Isaiah Reese. Harrison, here comes the Cowboy blitz, and they had the right play call. James to the 10. James out of bounds inside the 5. Kenny Wheaton finally knocked him out of bounds.
And this is the thing that Peyton Manning can do. I mean, he's only a second-year guy, and sometimes he looks like a second-year guy, and sometimes he looks like a 10-year guy. Here he feels that thing coming. He waits and waits and invites him to come, and then just boom, he just dumps it off to Edgerrin James. And James makes a pretty good move in Deion Sanders, but he got a block right there. And again, it's the blitz.
Yep.
I mean, you think you can blitz a young guy, but this young guy can get rid of the ball before your blitz gets there.
This young guy is mature beyond his years. Manning with James behind him. James gets the carry and the call, and he's still fighting. Ball came loose, and touchdown is signaled for Edgerrin James.
One thing about Edgerrin James, he keeps his feet moving. Watch him here. You see, he's driving now. He's trying to get that ball across the plane of the end zone, and in doing so, he throws it out there, and you're right, Wilkins does end up with it.
James. Touchdown.
Edgerrin James is a tough guy.
Manning chase, gets rid of it. James all the way down to the Cowboy 25.
And Edgerrin James did that exactly. He started to him, and boom, he just went right up the field.
54 yards up the field he went.
A second-year guy and a first-year guy, and well, is this going to be some offense?
Showing blitz. James cuts to the outside.
Look at these moves. I mean, he makes these moves, these stops and starts when he's going full speed.
Offensive set here in the first quarter. And we may have another offside against Kansas City. Here's the flip out to Edgerrin James. And James with the catch. On first down and 10. Pumps. Goes to Edgerrin James. Beauty. James slips a tackle and is in for the touchdown.
That is nothing short of brilliant by both Peyton Manning and then Edgerrin James. There is why the Colts drafted James instead of Ricky Williams. They wanted an every down back who could replace Marshall Faulk coming out of the backfield as a receiver.
Edgerrin James into the secondary. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another.
Folks, if you haven't seen this kid play yet, there is nothing about him not to like. He has great change of direction. He has innate skills and instincts. He has power, as you see him go right over Jerome Woods.
Blitz. Edgerrin James. Seen that play before? Pollard in motion. Across to Edgerrin James. He's got Glenn in front. Glenn obliterates Jerome Woods, and Edgerrin James is out to the 42.
But I got news for you, folks. If you think that Edgerrin James is near a sideline and he's just going to continue with the flow right on out of bounds, forget about it. Edgerrin James is not going out of bounds.
And Edgerrin James gets the handoff and darts to the right side, goes by Chris Dickman.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is a rookie running back who this is a play headed over guard. He gets around the corner and then has the presence of mind to stay in bounds. Look at the lateral explosion, the setup and the fake of Dishman, and then the burst to the corner. And look at him stay in bounds. Look at the smarts on this rookie.
Colts got out of trouble, facing a 2nd and 12 from the 1. Manning has time again. A little flip over the middle. This will be a big gainer. Edgerrin James crossing the 30-yard line.
And this is an easy pitch and catch. Whenever Edgerrin James is caught one-on-one, Corey Whitmer here with a linebacker, he tells Peyton Manning to give me the ball because I'll beat him right there. This is a play they worked on earlier today. They were out before the game.
From the 10. Manning. Dump off. Over the middle, Edgerrin James getting chunks of yardage after the catch. James breaking a tackle, moving forward to the 43-yard line. That is all Edgerrin James. 33 yards, just about all of it, after the catch.
And this is the extra dimension James adds. Talking to Peyton Manning, he said, I love to have the short throws, long runs, but the moves that Edgerrin James makes, the speed, he's very deceiving, but the cut he makes right there, picks off 2 New York Giants, picks up additional yardage, and another cut right here. He will not go down. He keeps the legs moving and falls forward all the time.
Colts maintain the lead of 24-12. Handoff, Edgerrin James through a hole. Huge gainer for James. It's a foot race. James down the sideline into Giants territory, trying to drag him down. The Giants unable to do so at first. And finally, he is brought down to the turf inside the 10. Talk about a sequence of events. 72-yard run for James.
They run the sway, they pull the left guard Steve McKinney, but Edgerrin James fights through the traffic. Now this is a good illustration of power and speed. He's got the speed to outrun one, but he can't get by Sehorn, so what's he do? He takes him along for the ride. This is what I was talking about Edgerrin James. He will not go down with one tackler. He's always getting positive yardage. That is a big-time play out of a rookie.
Paul Shields as well. On a handoff, James cutting against the grain, trying to turn it to the outside, making Eagles miss, and that is Edgerrin James as a rookie, understanding how to use the angles. This is a 1st and 10, Indianapolis on the move. On a give for James, finding a hole. James is spun down as he crosses into Philadelphia territory. Brian Dawkins makes the stop. It's a 14-yard pickup. Man, and a long count for Manning. On the draw, Edgerrin James through the middle. And again, James is able to create from the 1. 3 tight end set. Handoff, James puts the helmet down, and he is in.
Just a simple dive play straight up the middle. Nothing fancy. Gets a block by Paul Shields, the fullback. Just goes straight ahead. Doesn't want to go over the top. Just wants to get the ball across the plane. Smart play by the rookie, Edgerrin James. He sees a little hole, hits the crease, gets over the goal line.
He knows he's got weapons. He's using them. On 3rd and short, James. He's got an opening. Edgerrin James down the sideline. James looking for the end zone. Goodbye. Touchdown. 62 yards for this electrifying rookie.
And Jeff Saturday pulls out. It's a little cross block. He pulls to the outside and springs Edgerrin James. He gets a great block for his fullback. But once you have a hole on the outside and everything's cluttered on the inside and you get that opening, it's gone. The only person that can catch is the safety. He was in the middle of the football field. He's not going to catch Edgerrin James one-on-one. He never gets touched on this play. He outruns a linebacker. The play is over. They're not going to catch him down the sidelines. Even with an angle, you're not going to push Edgerrin James out of bounds from behind. He's just too strong of a running back.
So talented, and he makes the game look so easy. On a 2nd and 10 from the 40. Manning finds James. Cutting it back. James is still on his feet. Edgerrin James. Incredible. Brought down inside the 20. But time has run out. If James went down initially. Long count for Manning. Here's James. Moving through the hole and getting a 1st down for Indianapolis, ahead to the 31, pickup of 7. And with each carry, he's going to set a new career high. Here's James. Just accelerates and fires through the hole.
Manning, arm fake, throws, has a man coming across the middle. It's Edgerrin James, inside the 10, diving for the goal line, and he didn't quite get there. 2-yard line, it'll be 1st and goal.
He's going to look it off. They pump fake. The tight end's doing it out and up. Good job. The Jets covered, but he knows he's looking for a secondary receiver, and here he comes across the middle. And this is what makes them so good. The Colts are so dynamic on offense.
James, this side, 40, 45, out of bounds in midfield. Play fake. Wide open over the middle, James dodges a tackler up to the 40-yard line.
Edgerrin James is making a homecoming. Manning on the draw play, and Edgerrin James has a lot of room up the middle. Dances left.
Because you're looking into the backfield.
Here's the handoff to James on the sweep right. And he eludes a tackle, still running. Brock Marion kind of gave up on the play. That is a touchdown. A 41-yard scamper and lack of effort a couple of times from Dolphins who should have had it.
He's faking the off guard and then swings it to the outside. And that's just an outstanding move that he puts on Brock Marion.
7 of 7. Handoff, James. Circles right, they can't bring him down. That's a gain of 21 on 1st and 20. Here's James out of a tackle again and heading for the 5-yard line. And the corner he is.
He's got great players who execute. And there we go, a touchdown. Keep in mind that after the penalty, what was it, 1st and 20?
Right.
And they overcome that like it's
St. Louis Rams. Averaging better than 6 per 1st down. James, another sloppy tackle. Edgerrin James to the 36.
James again, big hole up the middle this time. Out to the 20-yard line where Chris Slade finally makes the stop.
Double pass.
And a touchdown.
Well, I've never seen it before. They throw this pass a lot. The sprint out. This time they fake it. Edgerrin James comes underneath. Peyton Manning makes the pitch for the touchdown.
Edgerrin James, running room across the 40 to the 41-yard line. First down and more for James, midfield. Well, second and a couple. Edgerrin James goes the other way. First down at midfield, across the 45 to about the 44-yard line. Pollard in motion. The give to Edgerrin James. Slides it to the outside. Turns the corner. First down, out of bounds at the 31-yard line. James behind a block from Dilger. Across the 40, scoots up the sideline. Enough for a first down. That's an unbelievable run.
It's unbelievable. Ted Johnson told us this guy has so much patience. I said, what do you mean by patience? That means he gives it every opportunity. Look at Dilger up front, gets Teddy Bruschi, and look at that shake right there. Of course, that's Ty Law with one hand, but still, he keeps his balance.
In place of Ted Johnson on 3rd and long, Edgerrin James to the 10, to the 15. And Ty Law had a problem bringing him down with that right arm.
In the Colts backfield. Here's Manning. That's going to be well out of bounds. Oh, James, what a catch. Looked like he was going out of bounds. Picked it off one-handed. What a catch.
All Peyton Manning can do is laugh.
Yeah.
He said that was unbelievable. This guy is unbelievable.
What a catch he made. Here comes the Redskin blitz as James slips away from one, from two, and gets the first down at midfield. Here's Manning. This time he gives the ball to James, and James with room. James at about the one.
I'll tell you, James hasn't done a lot today, but he's made two of the greatest plays that I've seen. One, that catch that he made, and then this run down here. This is a little Barry Sanders-like on this one here. And he just takes the ball to his left, takes it there, makes a cut there. Then he's going to go to the outside, switches the ball in the outside hand, and then runs it up, and just darn near gets it in the end zone. From the outside, you always have to make sure the inside of the two is blocked.
Here's Manning looking for someone and finding James. Heard somebody say, coming this way, coming this way.
Well, they better do something about it then.
James keeps his balance, and down the sideline he dances.
But it's easy for us up here to say, running is easier. For Edgerrin James, it's still tough, but it is easier. It is easier for him. That stuff that wasn't there, stuff where they were getting in the backfield, stuff where they were making the tackles in the first and second quarter. They aren't doing that now.
James. Touchdown. Second effort.
Edgerrin James, big opening. And the edge spins inside the 20.
Tiebreaker. The Colts can hang on and win today.
Edgerrin James running, smelling the end zone, and down inside the 5.
And that's what's great about Edgerrin James. Goes from the tackle to up to the linebacker, getting a good push. And when you have Edgerrin James versus defensive backs, Edgerrin James usually wins that matchup.
A gain of 15 yards. James slips straight ahead. Touchdown. This is today. Straight ahead. Touchdown there, though. Manning the throw. Manning under pressure. Got it away. James. First down at the 19.
We'll elaborate on that graphic after this play. Here's the handoff to Edgerrin James for 4 on this drive. Left side, Edgerrin James out of the corner, one-on-one with Jones. And out of bounds just inside the 11-yard line. Down 11 after to the penalty, and here's Manning. Settles for his tertiary receiver, Edgerrin James. Out of the spread, 3rd and 2, high snap, handoff. Edgerrin James going right into the secondary. Whoa!
James, the ball carrier.
14-yard gain.
He is just been.
Edgerrin James cuts it back, 30. Almost to the 25-yard line before Marcus Robertson drags him down. That's another Colts first down.
What happens because of the play-action passes? Look how long it took Marcus Robinson, a safety, to come up and make the tackle.
Indianapolis. Manning, pump fake, throws out here. Edgerrin James with the catch, dodges a tackler out to the 30-yard line. Nice play all the way around from the 15-yard line. Edgerrin James, right side and room to run. Across the 25, out to the 29-yard line, and a first down.
That is one thing that this Titans defense did not want to see, is don't let Edgerrin James outside, because that's where he makes all of his big running plays. When he gets on the edge, he has the great ability to make defensive backs miss and then get a 10-yard run and turn it into a 50-yard run.